Hello, everybody, and welcome to Behavior Bites Boosters. My name is Brad.
And I am Mike, and we're also joined by our producer, Aaron, who's behind the camera.
Hello.
All right, we are talking about replacement behaviors for specific behaviors. And Mike, you guys, is going to talk about something that's near and dear to his heart. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, Mike always has a pen in his hand during all of our videos because Mike is one of the more fidgety guys that I know. So we're going to talk about kids who are fidgety in class and how we can help that.
Yeah, and just some background, and some of you that do know me are going to understand this. I am a pen clicking guy, and I like these G2 pens, but I work with certain folks that they find it highly distracting. And students that are pen clickers or pen tappers, that can be really distracting for some students and for certain teachers.
It infuriates me.
Yeah, you're one of those?
And I don't like it.
So what I had to do, and I'm a moderately well-functioning adult, so I needed to come up with something, a replacement behavior for myself. So I started making these heavy wooden pens that have these magnetic lids that I can fidget with, and it's not distracting. It still looks, appropriate for, a professional to be using. And it was a way for me to come up with a replacement behavior for myself. I am a fidget person. I enjoy them a lot. And I have a few examples here that work great to replace some of the more distracting fidgeting that kids do with something that's quieter and more appropriate. These little magnet sliders I think are wonderful. Kids are a big fan of those. These are pretty common. You see those around. I like that. This is one of my new favorite fidgets ever. Ooh. And it's got our Behavior Bites logo on it. So I think this is cool as heck. And it's filled with clay. It's not distracting, and it has a real sensory bit to it. So other things that can also work as replacement behaviors for us fidgety type people might be doodling, like doodling in the margins of your paper or something like that. Sometimes you'll get those worksheets that have kids doodle on them. That's okay if it's meeting that need of movement that kids really need. So, do you have other thoughts on that, Brian?
All right, listen, we're going to beat this drum all the time. Individualize it, right? Yeah. Do what works best for your students. The other thing is, I don't want you guys to think that we're sitting here saying you have to go out and buy a bunch of fidgets. For one thing, I'm actually tend to be a bit of a fun hater when it comes to fidgets because I don't want my students to always hear this. This is a tool, not a toy. As soon as that starts being disruptive in my classroom, you lose it. You notice none of the stuff that we showed you guys was noisy. None of it clicked. None of it made noise. Not a lot of real flashy colors. It's stuff that can be discreet, look sort of normal in a regular classroom, and not disrupt the learning. So individualize it. Use stuff that is not disruptive. I mean, I use a lot of Velcro for fidgety kids. Put Velcro on the inside of their plastic chairs so they can rub kind of the scratchy and the fuzzy, right? So find what works for you. Don't spend a ton of money, and meet kids where they're at to help them out.
Yeah, I love it. So
right. Go forth and do good things.